Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with Xavi Hernandez as it has been reported that the Barca tactician could set Barcelona up in a 3-4-3 formation frequently next season. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about former Barca midfielder Ricky Puig, as the former prodigy is not thinking about a possible return to Barca, as he emphasized that they didn't give me minutes. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. It is more than evidence that Barcelona manager Xavi is not afraid of trying new things, and for that matter is more than willing to experiment with the current set of players. And if a report from La Vanguardia is to be believed, the manager now wants a more offensive setup. As such, there is a high possibility that manager Xavi will go with an offensive 3-4-3 setup on various occasions. The report adds that the Barcelona manager is planning on playing a few games with only three strong and fast defenders. Furthermore, he has also asked for an additional midfielder apart from Oriol Romeo, who is close to becoming the new Barca player for around 8 million euros. And as it happens to be the case, he wants 6 players for 4 midfield positions. In what could be an interesting turn of events, several first team members who are indispensable last season might lose their place in this case. Meanwhile, when we speak of being offensive, Ousmane Dembele has already received his lesson through several video sessions, while Frankie de Jong will have the freedom of movement from the middle. Furthermore, as far as players like Pedri, Gavi, and Alejandro Balde are concerned, they have already been taught the positional concept of being more aggressive. Now, Xavi understands that playing in a 3-4-3 setup will be a risky affair, and if opts to go with this, the likes of Jules Koundé, who was clinical to Xavi's league triumph last season, will have to be sacrificed. The approach the manager is eyeing only requires 3 central defenders, and only one among Ronald Araujo or Koundé can occupy the right side of the defense. Inigo Martinez, or in his absence, Marco Alonso, will occupy left, while Andreas Christensen will be deployed centrally. In the midfield, either Pedri or Gavi will line alongside new signing Ilkay Gundogan, who will be more advanced than Frankie de Jong, while Romeo will guard the defense. Dembele or Ansu Fati can occupy the left side, while Robert Lewandowski will lead the attack. Now, what makes this more interesting is the role of Balde. The 19-year-old, who is registered as a defender, will have total freedom of movement in attack and defense. Furthermore, this approach does not necessarily require a right back, and in case they do, they have Sergio Roberto or Sergio Dest to cover up the spot. But the preferred scenario for the manager would be to just deploy one more midfielder. So guys, what do you think about that? Will it be a great idea? Leave your thoughts down on the comment section below. Whatever Xavi wants to do, what we need is to compete next season with high quality, go for the trophies, dominate matches, not just winning matches, dominate matches. Because something that we were not accustomed last season, which really angered some Barca fans, including me, is Barca keep on just getting the win. They snatch up the victory. Yes, that's what matters the most, the victory. But our performances for most of those games were poor, right? We're not convincing. We're not playing the Barca way. We know the Barca philosophy is about playing well, convincingly, dominate the opponent, dominate possession, win the games in a convincing manner. But that is not exactly what we saw last season. I don't think I'm lying. Because, okay, majority of our games were 1-0. 1-0, 1-0. We had about 14 1-0 victories in La Liga, record breaking. And if you look most of those games, Barca snatched up those goals, but were not convincing. In majority of those games, they weren't. And Xavi himself will always go to the media and say, look, he understands that fans will not be happy about the performance because they were not that convincing. They will need to start winning games with convincing performances. And I think Xavi will be working on that. So let's see if actually he will go with this offensive formation 3-4-3 as this report from La Vanguardia is saying. Then moving on to the final story of discussion. Speaking in an interview, former Barca midfield prodigy Ricky Puig has claimed that he is not thinking about a return to his boyhood club at any point as he is enjoying playing for LA Galaxy, a product for Barca fame La Masia Academy. Puig was once regarded as the future of the club's midfield unit, and while he showed great potential and quality throughout his youth career, the Spaniard could not translate the same to first team level. Indeed, after having failed to make a notable impact with the senior team under multiple managers, Puig left Barca last summer, joining LA Galaxy in the MLS, and in a short time in the United States, he has become an important player for his team, making 35 appearances so far, in which he has scored 7 goals and 5 assists. Given his renaissance in the US, Puig was asked if he was thinking about possible return to Barca at some point in the future. He said, "It's a club of my life, but at Barca they didn't give me the minutes I needed to feel like a footballer. Los Angeles is an incredible city and we have a very good team in which I feel very important." Puig made his first team debut for Barca under Valverde but never really got going. While he enjoyed some regularity under Setien, he failed to make it count and once again reduced to a peripheral figure under the tenures of Ronald Koeman and Xavi Hernandez. In total, the La Masia graduate made 57 first-team appearances for Barca, scoring 2 goals, assisting 3 before securing a move to LA Galaxy. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.